You're watching a live Rogers TV sports presentation.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lorenzo Jensen, and welcome inside the beautiful Nanaimo Ice Center. Tonight's contest featuring two very solid teams, and it's going to be a great rivalry matchup. Once again, it's the second of a back-to-back matchup. Last night was a 7-3 final in Victoria. Looking for some revenge tonight. The UVIC Vikes bring their 6-1-0-1 record into the Nanaimo Ice Center, and they're facing off against the hosting VIU Mariners, who have a 5-0-0-1 record, just the one overtime loss. And the importance of tonight is that first place is on the line. The Mariners with 2 games in hand, but they could come away here tonight if they were to win at home with first place overall in the BCIHL standings. Just getting ready to introduce the starting lineups for tonight. And drawing in, you saw on your screen there, that's the goaltender for the UVIC Vikes, Eric Clark, the rookie from the Dryden Ice Dogs of the BCIHL. And he's going to get his second start of this season. Of course, his counterpart, Hunter Tarves, originally from the Selkirk Steelers of the MJHL. And he was pulled actually last night, which was surprising, but after 4 goals last night in the 7-3 Mariners win, there's Will Norman, the captain for the Mariners. What a charismatic smile that guy has. And of course, the captain, Dan Gattenby, and we'll get to him in a little bit there. There's a ceremonial puck drop, and I was wondering who that was coming into the rink this evening. I was like, boy, that's a very well-dressed man ready to take in tonight's contest. And we're going to get set here for the opening anthem. Well, and literally Jeremy Robar set in net to kick things off as he warms up. He was very loose coming into the game tonight. I actually had a chance to talk to him ringside when he was warming up, and he was doing that thing that goalies do. He was bouncing the ball off the wall, the lacrosse ball, and catching it in his trapper. And of course, coordination and timing is such a key aspect of a goaltender's job and duties. And Robar looks pretty set to take on this University of Victoria Vikes team. That's great big Eric Clark in goal, 6'2", 208 pounds. And the rookie has looked solid in his only start so far this season, but he does have a credit of 2 wins to his name, one of those technical things in hockey when goaltenders come in at partway through the game. We're underway in the Vikes with the opening face-off win, and they'll send it in on the near side. There's Hunt, one of the defenders for the Mariners. Ouellette trying to help free that puck up, but it goes into the slot dangerously, and we've got a penalty coming up, and I think it's going to be a hold here against Coutelier right off the hop. Matthew Coutelier just having his jersey changed earlier prior to the skate when they recognized, of course, Will Norman holding number 90. So Coutelier with the game's first penalty, and we're just 19 seconds into this one. Matthew Coutelier, of course, professing his innocence as he's in the penalty box, but Dan Gattenby will get things started from the point as the Vikes go to work on this opening power play. In behind the goal, Ryan Strain. Up to the point. Former Victoria Cougar down low, looking for the pass in front, and that's a good cutoff there by Max Struss. Tried to power it towards the line, but Strain's got a hold of his stick and went down with him. Thompson sets it up above the face-off dot as he works it down below the goal line, playing pass with Dan Gattenby. Now Thompson from behind the goal, a right shooting forward, takes his time. 40 seconds gone in this power play. Jenkins, a couple of quick little spins, and he'll dish off on the near side to Thompson. Struss right on him, just happy to keep the puck along the boards, trying to work it out in front, and that backhanded attempt that was stopped by Jeremy Robar off of the goal stick. And now down at the other end of the ice, Clark setting up his mates as they rush onto this blue line now. There's the drop pass on the left wing, up above the half face-off circle. Down low, that pass got tipped, but it's still collected by Owen Evers. Evers, a left shooting forward, and he's going to try and make something happen here from behind the goal, waiting for it to develop. They do have a screen for a moment, but good work by Hunt to force the issue out. Nolan looking for the one-time shot, and that one goes wide on the right. Robar, I don't think he saw it, but Tyson Lotard, his body language said it was probably drifting wide. Evers from behind the goal stops up. Wanted to move it towards the middle, and Pause hitting his man up against the boards. Just 11 seconds now in the power play as Nolan tries to dig that puck free to Evers. Evers gets it back to Nolan. From below the goal line, looking for Evers, and Evers couldn't get it. There's a block by Hunter, and the man that's out of the box. Here he goes, Matthew Coutelier in a goal, shoots, and a big stop by Eric Clark. Puck is loose, it's behind the goal, and he was down. He didn't know where it was. And he gets back up. He's checking his left pad as he does so. He had to go down quick, and I think it maybe shifted the pad around a little bit on him. Big chance for Coutelier out of the box, and a big stop by the rookie, Eric Clark. Will Norman puts on the brakes, and when he does, Snow always goes spraying. He's got good speed, and that puck is chipped out by the Vikes. And down ice picking it up is Bird. Bird, a hard pass, a little bit too hot to handle, but they do wave the icing off. I think it got touched near the blue line. And now the Vikes off of the right side, trying to put it through the middle. Max Struss intercepts that pass over the blue, and he sends it over to Wickham. Wickham didn't have many options, so he bounces it off the far side boards, but that's where the Vikes will take over. And fresh legs on the ice, off of the skate and into the zone. Jeremy Robar out to play it. Plays it along the boards to Lekos Sredakis. Struss tries to backhand it out. Oh, fortuitous that it got by the player. And now a 2-on-2, possibly 3-on-2 if they hurry, developing in the middle, and a good break up by the Vikes defense. And they've got one of the best in the league. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Lekos Sredakis finds the trailer. That's the captain, Dan Gattenby, and he just plays the puck down along the boards to the far side, chipped off of the wall by one of the league's top scorers. That's Carson Earhart, number 14 in white and blue. Tyson Lotard, nice outlet, and he's up in amongst the league leaders for defensemen as well. Long stretch pass, and that was just a little bit out of the reach. Into the corner they go. Vikes get there first, but Lotard holds the point. Over to the right. Now they opt for the shot through traffic, and that one went through. Earhart was looking for a tip, and it was just a little bit away from his stick, but he gets back on top of the puck. Goes for a skate, looking to move into the middle. Look at that stick handling, and he dishes off. Moving in on a power move Catelier trying to drive it in towards the goal, but the puck is going to be shot out and down ice, but not enough here for the icing. Getting a little closer to 5 minutes into this one. We're scoreless, and the Vikes already with a power play, but they weren't able to convert. And out of their own zone they go. Rocky Bird from Hartney, Manitoba shifts it into the zone. And the Vikes try the outlet pass, but it's collected at the in between the hash marks, and there's a big battle going on for that puck, but ultimately the Vikes get it out over the line, and they'll put a little bit of heat on themselves. Thompson got trapped as he tried to force that puck in deep. Now Bird behind the net for Hunt. His defensive partner, Trevor Hunt from Cochin, Saskatchewan. And they're pinning their man. There's a chance out of the corner, trying to walk out, and oh, that was a close chance. Over to the far point, shot on goal, easily steered aside by Robar. I think they were just looking to find someone in front of the goal. And that was sent to the near side where Burgesson will start out, but I think the Mariners are going to get handed another penalty here. And it's going to be a cross-checking call against Cage Newens. So Cage Newens, oh, pardon me, that's actually Burgesson, pardon me. And you'll see there, just as he was trying to get out of the zone a little, it was definitely away from the play, and they're not going to be too happy with this. Oh, and just that little extra shot at the end, and that was all it took. And head referees Brad Ford and Justin Salmons will be calling this one tight, is how they're showing. Ryan Strange behind the goal. Takes a shot from Wickham, but gets it past and up to the point. Up high again, Gattenby across, shot on goal, and a big glove save as Jenkins came in and he let one go from about 25 feet out. And that wrister is into the trapper of Jeremy Robar, and that'll be the fourth shot on goal registered by the Vikes. Ways tries to win that draw, but Jenkins pokes it to the point. It's going to get out over the blue line, and now Jenkins, he has to be careful. He had his pocket picked there for a moment. Owen Ways, the Winnipeg, Manitoba native, getting up underneath his stick and lifting it. But the Vikes, again, with that strong defensive core, they've got one of the best breakouts in the league. Look at them set it up into the high slot, and that one just out of the reach. As Carson Earhart looks down ice. Wickham wants to get a change here, so they're going to get one quickly. Jackson Goods out onto the ice. And that play just offside as Will Norman steps onto the ice, the captain, number 90 for the VIU Mariners and one of the speedsters in the league. And you could also say something similar for one of the rookies on the UVIC Vikes. That's JJ Pickle, who's had a very impressive start to the season. And I called him in the offseason, as in I knew he was going to be a good player. Saw him in a couple of late season warm-ups. And he just has those skills that you just can't teach. Vikes over the line, but it's 1-on-4, and Nolan will just dish it in behind the net for Anstey. Into the slot, shot on goal, and a big stick save. Robar tested in, I don't think he saw it. Oh, and look at that behind the net there. Oh, one of the Mariners is in a lot of discomfort. Looked like a stick got caught up in between the legs. That was Tyson Pause, and he's feeling it as he goes to the bench towards the goal. Catelier can't get his stick on it. Rocky Bird stick handles, gets it up high but not out. Shot on goal, takes a sticks tip in front of the net, and Matthew Catelier just gets rid of that puck, and he'll ship it down ice. But again, on the power play here with just 13 seconds to go, and it looks like the Vikes will most likely start 0-2 on this power play. Long distance shot with just 3 seconds remaining in the power play. And that's going to be handled by Robar quite easily. One thing the Vikes will appreciate will be the offensive zone face-off, and they've got some pretty good face-off men on this roster. Jeremy Robar having a word there with Brad Ford in between whistles here. Bird in behind the goal, chops it off the glass, gets to the point, knocked down by Dan Gattenby into the slot, and that one chipped up over a couple of sticks and into the near side boards. Hunt comes away with a puck, took it off of Smith's stick, and he gets it ahead for Ethan Jones, one of the best setup men in the league, number 10. And if you see anything wizard-like happen tonight on the Mariners side of the puck, he's probably going to be part of that equation. Puck bounces off the boards, and the Mariners were trapped offside, so they've got to touch up. And they get back into form here with Hunter backing up. Tip in. Wickham will be first to it, but he's got to be careful here. He's got 2 men on him, and of course, one of them got there extremely fast over the line, and Wickham forces it out. But once again, the Vikes, solid back check. Alekos Fredaka shoots, pad save, rebound in front in the slot. Dangerous puck, and it was cleared by Earhart. Now Hunter's away, and Struss is joining him. Earhart dropping into the slot, shot on goal, and that was just wide on the right side. Nice entry play by the Mariners. Struss looking for that fine bounce pass off the boards. That was always a set play, and he was looking for it to come just outside the blue paint and into the slot. Hard pass for Earhart. That's knocked down by the Vikes defense. Earhart on the back check. He turned it over, and he'll get to the bench. What a great play by Earhart. Out comes Cage Newens, and I'm sure he's got a little bit of spice and energy for tonight. Number 88 always delivers on the tenacity front, and you want to keep your head up when you're out on the ice with that man. Puck is over the blue line. Mariners. Newens fell as he was reaching for that puck, and that will give the Vikes a chance to head back 3-on-3 into the slot. Strange shot on goal, and there's a nice stop into the glove. Jeremy Robar, and he'll hang on to that one as Strange takes a little shot there from Cage Newens. As I mentioned, he's a pretty spicy player, and he definitely plays the game with an edge. Coutelier and Lotard talking things over for this face-off that Coutelier will take. He's a right shooting forward, and he'll most likely try and pull it over to his wing. Loses the draw, shot on goal. That's off of a skate that hit Strange's skate. Never made it to the net. Into the high slot, shot on goal, and that's wide by about 1.5 feet on the near side. Picked up by Ruck. Finds Strange, return pass to Ruck. He has a man in front, though, and he was going for the saucer pass. Tyson Lotard getting a stick in the road, and he tips it wide. That negated that good chance and setup for the Vikes. As mentioned, this is one of the best rivalries in the BCIHL, and you can see why. They love hitting each other, and they play very solid, responsible hockey, both these clubs. Ways up to Coutelier. That was a nice outlet as he had Strange right on him. Mariners are offside, and a collision at the line. And the linesman, Aiden Hitchmaw, there right away to make sure that nothing untowards happened after that. It looked like one of the innocent type of collisions. So we are reaching the media timeout portion here as we've reached over the 10-minute mark of the period. Just having a look at the Mariners there after that collision, making sure everything's okay. David Sato looks fine. There's Coutelier right out of the box, and I think it was the left pad save, and you could see Clark didn't know where it was. He tried to go forehand, and he gets it covered underneath the trapper, and good defensive play by the Vikes on the backside. Edward Ruck, former Brent McEwen University forward, and 6'1", 198 pounds in his second year with the club. And there was that chance on goal, Robar getting the pad on it, making that stop. And on the near side, again, just coming out, challenging the shooters. I mentioned earlier, Robar looks nice and calm, looks relaxed and poised. There's that big collision there as the Mariners, Austin Daniels from Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories, has a strong collision just inside the blue line on that broken play. And there's one of my favorite defensemen in the league, that's Dan Gattenby, and also the captain for the UVIC Vikes. And I'm telling you folks now, if there's a power play for the Mariners, you can bet he's probably going to be out for most of it on the penalty kill, and he's one of the best shot blockers in this league, and probably in a couple others too. And he'll take the puck now on that face-off win by the Vikes. Gets a return pass from his defensive partner, Kyle Crew, who's been tearing it up this season. He's set to obliterate his numbers from last season. There's a nice tip in over the line. Good job by Hunt to get back, and he rides Pickle out, but the puck comes free to the Vikes. There's a shot towards a goal, and it was fluttering in the air. A good save off of the top part of his arm. Jeremy Robar getting nice and tall in the net from his knees. Rocky Bird to the far side. Nice outlet now. Hunter's away. Tries to poke it forward. Jones is going to slow up, and he'll wait to see how this transpires. Goes in, throws the hit. Trying to free up that puck. And now on the other side, that's going to be met by the Mariners. Wickham sent it in, but it's sent right back out on the high flip. Not enough for icing, says the referee. Just about 8.5 to go. A little bit of a dangle through the crease, and that could have been dangerous, but Robar seemed set and poised and ready. Puck is down below the goal line now, and Will Norman pinching in from the point. He has to hop over Justin Salmons, pardon me, who got tripped up along the boards. The referee, there's that errant stick on the ice, and another trip there. Now the Mariners are going to go to the power play. Robar heading out of the net for the extra attacker. Backhand towards the goal. Still no turnover in possession. Mariners have a live puck. Dish across the other side. Jones shoots. Oh, and it was up off the shoulder. Big stop. Ethan Jones cracking one in on goal, up off the shoulder. And Eric Clark getting big. Actually, he doesn't really have to get big. As I mentioned, he's already 6'2". I think he might even be a little bit taller than that, to be honest. But 208 pounds, the former Dryden Ice Dog. Makes that stop off of one of the most lethal Mariners in tight. And Clark knows he's got some work cut out for him here. Mariners to the PP. Newens into the face-off circle, tries to win it back. Puck ultimately comes to Lotard on the point. Left shooting defender. Down low in the cross, looking for Jones, maybe looking in the tip in front to Lotard. He's gonna switch spots with Earhart. Earhart has that giant slapper. And boy, look out if he winds up. Oh, look at that effort from his knees. Making the play, return to him, scores! Oh! Ethan Jones, not only does he make the defensive play, but he makes the big offensive play, and he goes where all the goal scorers go, and that's right to the net after making that big play. And the return pass was beautiful, and he buries it. It's 1-0 Mariners. Well, it didn't take too long for that power play to cash in, 25 seconds to be exact. And the Mariners, with one of the most lethal power plays in the league, they get things kicked off on the right foot, and they draw first blood. It's 1-0 Mariners. Face-off win by Richmond's David Sato. Puck is chipped into the Vikes zone. Was it enough for icing? No, says the referee. Dan Gattenby gets in there, and Gattenby, I think, is going to get a penalty too, as he held up his man going towards the puck. And wow, what a turn of events with the Vikes looking to have back-to-back power plays here. And they already just scored. Dan Gattenby in disbelief, but I think what really threw him off was that the far side linesman called out, no, saying that the puck wasn't lifted enough for icing. And he knew that puck could get turned over into a very dangerous position in front of the goal. Lotard from the umbrella. And this is where this vaunted Vikes defense is going to have to really make a Viking-like stand. Puck is sent down ice, and that'll kill the first 20 seconds of the power play. Jones with the puck now. He scored our opening goal. And he has Newens going towards the middle. Hard pass, looking cross ice. Ryan Hunter out of the corner, gets pinned up against the boards, but they work it free. Cage Newens, bounce pass to the point for Lotard on the left. To the far side, Earhart sets up Lotard, dishes off to Jones on the near side. Down low pass, makes it under a skate. Newens cross crease. Eric Clark down, but he scrambled from left to right, getting back into the crease on the proper side. Lotard fake sending it in on the backhand. Spinning and twisting around the top of the face-off circle, but a good defensive play by Ryan Strange interrupts that. Lotard fakes the pass to Wickham in his own zone, and he gets it over the blue line. 3-on-3. Mariners with the extra man advantage here. Lotard battling tooth and nail as Crew rounds him out into the boards. Wickham tries to flip it high into the corner, but the first to it are the Vikes. And they do get it out to center, where the indomitable Max Struss picks it up. Smooth skating, hard hitting Max Struss. And I think as far as the coaching staff is concerned, Chris Jones and company, he's tailor-made for his job on the ice. You can hear the paddle of Robar slapping on the ice, indicating the penalty coming to a close. There's a shot that drifts wide as it was snapped through the slot area. Puck around the boards for Hunter Burgesson from Airdrie, Alberta. Mariners ship it over to the other side, but Nolan just kicks it up to his mate, and it's 2-on-3 the other way, and they're just going to settle for the shot on goal. Robaro gloved that one, and with a shade under 5 minutes to go here in the first, and a Mariners 1-0 lead. There'll be a face-off inside the University, Vancouver Island University zone. Face-off won by the Vikes to the point, looking for the quick shot. Bodies in front, and that was blocked. Back they come, 3-on-2 if they hurry. From the far side, shot on goal, and that's directed to the corner as Lucas Ouellette let that one go from distance. Puck is sent back into the Mariners zone. Hunt receives the pass, but all he can do is get rid of it, make sure it gets out over the line. And now Rocky Bird heading back to collect this puck. It's set up by Robar. The goaltender gets back to his crease. There goes Hunt. Shots are 10-6 in favor of the Vikes, although it feels like it might be kind of the flip case scenario, but the best chances have belonged to the Mariners on the power play. And the puck is flipped out. Lotard jumps up, tries to bat it down. And he's really into that battle there with Lucas Thompson, the former Aldergrove Kodiak, on the fourth line, but he's a big, solid kid. 6 foot, 215 pounds. There's another solid check finish, and Lotard tries to play it out. Ways went to slap it out, but that's intercepted by Sweeney. Tom Sweeney curls, puts it behind the goal for Strong. Carson Strong put it the backhand in front, and that was a close play. Now the puck is out, and now a potential 2-on-1. Ways has the puck, looking for the saucer pass, and a beautiful block by Crew. Kyle Crew, what a great job to get down and get his stick in the lane there. On that 2-on-1, it was looking dangerous, and they can ill afford to give up another goal here with 3 minutes to go in the opening period. And there's a backside check, and right away looking over at the referee, and Max Struss not happy with that. It wasn't a very hard hit, but they are going to call it interference, and the near side linesman, Matthew Brooks, just trying to make sure Struss doesn't incur any other fraction, but he's not very happy with that call. You can see right up along the boards there, and it was just that little push from the backside, and he immediately knew it as soon as the player lost his balance in that danger zone, which is 2 feet from the boards. Puck is won back to Gattenby. Looked like he might snap it, but he plays it down below the goal line, and that's where they'll work from. Up top from Thompson to Jenkins. Shot on goal, that's off of the outside of Sato's skate. Mariners block there behind the goal. Strange. Shot from distance, and that's another block for Hunter. And so 2 blocks so far on this PK for the Mariners. Crew shooting through traffic. Oh, it was a blistering shot. and everyone lost sight of it. It didn't miss by much, but it did miss the goal. Full change for the Mariners in effect. Partial one for the Vikes as they head in over the blue line. Jenkins has to kick it forward. He's got Anstey in behind the goal, awaiting the pass, but it came too late as Lotard swept the puck away. Jackson Goods away with Will Norman. Norman looking for a tip on the way through. Now a minute left in the power play for the Vikes. Ethan Anstey, the former Melville millionaire of the SJHL, brings it out. And over the blue line is Nolan, but he had a mate trapped offside on the far side. Tyson Pause accidentally running into him there behind the goal, but look at this bounce pass off the boards, just rubbed out by Austin Daniels. And as I mentioned, from the midway point of last season, Daniels just became such an incredibly improved player right at that January tournament. In on goal, Nolan tried to pull it to the forehand and he lost his stick in the process as he went tight up against the stick side of Jeremy Robar. Just over a minute now in the period remaining. 18 on the power play. Once again to center. One of the Vikes trying to get a bit of a call there. Tripping over the player entering the zone, but Owen Evers didn't get the call he wanted. Pickle trying to dig it out with Anstey. Comes to the point. Penalty's over, but they might have a chance for one more setup here. Shot towards the goal, looking for the tip off of the blocker as Robar got down, but he had to readjust, and he dropped the blocker down just enough to make the stop. Shot off the boards, but Wickham is there to partially intercept. Look at that compete level as the Vikes just trying to scrap Ethan Anstey that was just a little too far ahead for Jenkins, and he couldn't connect that one through with 20 seconds to go in the period. Puck is up to Ethan Jones, who intercepted that puck near center on the far side for Hunter. Nice move around the defender, hooks behind the goal. Shot on goal, and that one goes up into the netting. It hit a stick on the way through, and I think that was Ethan Anstey that got the deflection there with just 4 seconds to go in the period. And I think the face-off will be inside the zone over to the left of goaltender Eric Clark. Mariners might have enough time to get off a shot here. Jones, if he can win it clean, gets it back. One-time shot coming from distance, and a good shot by Earhart. And that's the guy you want shooting the puck. Carson Earhart with one of the hardest shots in the league, and it might not have been on full display there, but he was more concerned with a quick release than a great big giant windmill wind-up. Jeremy Robar leads the troops off the ice, and they head off with a 1-0 lead. You're here on Rogers.
The Rogers TV volunteer program has given me an amazing opportunity to practice broadcasting and filmmaking in a fun, enthusiastic, and encouraging atmosphere. Working under the producers and technicians, I've learned so much for my skill set in the industry. I've learned everything from editing to camera work to using audio boards and to using media switchers. Rogers TV has helped me build a portfolio and gain the skills that I'm looking for. If you aren't already a volunteer, I highly recommend you check out your local Rogers TV.
All ball taken by Lewis down for Adamson, who was drilled in front.
From Gavin Gould to the clipper line, Hookinson belted him down.
Working in Canada's national sports is an amazing luxury and a bonus. Lipstone to the front, man scores! It was not something that I ever planned for. I always hoped I might get to be a hockey announcer one day. I thought I had a good face for radio. Potentially I might have a good voice for radio. And if I was going to be involved, I thought play-by-play for sports would be a great thing to do.
Cutting right, stick handling, great move, walks in, Reppel puts it on goal, Brasso scores on the rebound.
It's a lot of fun to be a part of something like that, where you're not grinding away at a job you don't like. You're doing something that, quite honestly, you would like to do anyway, even if there wasn't any pay for it. I'm in an arena almost every month of the year. It's a fantastic tradition to be a part of, and it is special. Spinning, McComber in alone, scores! Teoshin Tate McComber, an overtime winner in Nanaimo.
Here are 3 reasons why your social strategies should include Rogers TV. Reason number 1 is we have hyper-local audiences. The community TV channel gives you a chance to engage with people where you live, so you really get to know your neighbors and they get to know you. Reason number 2 is we can help diversify your distribution. With social media, it's really important to be able to have a wider audience, and Rogers TV can actually help complement your online presence by delivering to a different audience. And it's actually really easy to repurpose your existing content or to just create new material specifically tailored for community TV. And finally, reason number 3 is we can help enhance your credibility and your trust. And by aligning your brand with Rogers TV, you can tap into that trust that viewers have. This can boost your reputation, especially among viewers who favor local businesses and value community involvement. 1, 2, 3. It's that easy to build your local audience with Rogers TV.
After 20 minutes, it's a 1-0 lead. Ethan Jones on the power play for the VIU Mariners, making it a 1-0 game. And, you know, to be honest, we really expected as much. One little played stat over the past couple of years, there's only been 2 games between these clubs that have been separated by more than 1 goal. And one of them happened last night in the 7-3 Mariners win. That was in Victoria, and it was just a very great offensive output for the Mariners. And it was actually kind of surprising because the University of Victoria Vikes, very well known for their defensive prowess, and they have one of the best defensive crews in the league. Maybe a little bit of pun intended there. Kyle Crew, of course, on the back end, one of the top defenders in the league this year. And also, oh yeah, there we go. There's some of the contests. As I mentioned, a 3-2 win on September 21st, and on the 18th of October, it was another 3-2 overtime win. And so those are actually the 2 sandwich games that were the 5-2 win for the Mariners. Those are the only 2 contests that have been separated by more than 1 goal, and I'm thinking we're probably going to see something very similar here tonight. And of course, number 10, Ethan Jones, he continues his torrid offensive pace here in the BCIHL. Beautiful goal on the power play, and you know, he's often known and regarded as one of the better playmakers, or maybe one of the best playmakers in the league. But as you saw, he's able to score with the best of them, and it's that quick release of Ethan Jones that always gets the job done, and it helped him finish right up at the top of the league last year in individual scoring. Talking about the crease situation for the UVIC Vikes, they have the number 2 and 3 overall goaltending percentages for save percentage in the league. Both Eric Clark, who you're seeing in goal tonight, and Hunter Tarves, both with a .913 save percentage. By any league standard, those are incredible numbers. And on the flip side for the Mariners, even though we're seeing Jeremy Robard tonight, it's also well known that Wyatt Fournier is right up in the top 5 cluster there as well. So both teams very well represented in between the pipes. And when you've been watching the replays here tonight, such a big goaltender for the VIU Mariners to have to try and put the puck past. 6'2", 215 pounds, great big goaltender, and he's a rookie. And we're going to check out some highlights here from the first period, some good hits and also some great chances. Matthew Coutelier right out of the box, and it's a left pad save by Eric Clark. You saw how big he was there, just making himself big right up at the top of the blue paint. And he tried to cover it with his trapper. He lost sight of it, but went over to his left. And some more punishing hits there. Cage Newens getting a little extra there. Oh, and a big collision. We were talking about that one. Austin Daniels. Jackson Goods having his stick held there for a moment. But it's been a physical game, and that was the most recent power play that was afforded to the Vikes on that hit near the boards. It wasn't particularly hard per se, but Max Struss had his man fall, and Robard has been perfect so far on the 11 shots he's seen this period. 8 have gone the other way, Eric Clark only allowing the 1 goal. And Robard, one of the things I noticed about him last season, there he was staying nice and tight to the post. You see, he didn't cheat. He didn't fade away from the goal post there. He's got to trust the defender, and look at that beautiful breakup. I told you, Kyle Crew, he's one of the best in the business. And this spinorama heading to the net, just no room as the Mariners defense are really taking care of that rebound. Carson Earhart, beautiful setup to Ethan Jones, and as I mentioned, that's why he's lethal. And on that play, the thing you didn't see was that he was able to make the defensive play from his knees to keep that puck from being shot out of the zone. So Ethan Jones with all sorts of effort here tonight, and he's got the VIU Mariners up on top 1-0. We were hoping to speak to Brian Magic, who is the assistant coach with the UVIC Vikes. Unable to maybe get him for this intermission, but we'll see if we can get him a little bit later for the second. But I can tell you for sure we're going to have Gordon Nowicki coming up for the second intermission as a guest. Look forward to talking to him then. We're going to break away here for a minute. You're on Rogers TV, Channel 4, and also on the VIU YouTube. We'll be back in a minute. BCIHL action here, 1-0 from the Nick.
One of our volunteers, Max Dowie, approached me. Max is very involved in our film society here in town. He's a master makeup artist. He's a master of making puppets.
See, I have lots of ideas, but I don't have the space and I don't have the manpower to get them onto TV. So what I did was I came down to Rogers and I pretty much asked, hey, I have this idea. Can we do this?
He was very prepared. He came in with a very comprehensive storyboard. He built a whole entire virtual set in a small little box, like a 4x4 box.
I wanted to do a puppet show. I wanted to do interviews. I wanted to do this like Tonight show.
The host's name was Fuzzy What's It, and it'd be a talking cat.
Oh, welcome to the Fuzzy What's It show.
And of course I'm going, what? What a great idea. Something very, very original.
We shoot in front of a green screen.
From there, he would import all the footage into After Effects, green screen everybody out, and then
we shrink them down and stick them in our little cardboard box. It's a lot of fun.
It's kind of neat to see everybody collaborate together, use our Rogers TV studio to create something very, very unique for our channel.
Okay.
to have a guest here, and Brian, so good to have you here
Good to be
this
here.
evening. And first of all, I just want to say, watching you in the VIJHL over the past few years prior to playing in the BCIHL, I was very impressed. I thought you were one of the best power forwards in the league. And maybe you can just start off telling us a little bit about your hockey journey and what's led you to where you are right now with the Vikes, and of course as what are two little stories about the Vic?
Yeah, absolutely. No, after a couple years of junior there in the middle of COVID and stuff, I wanted to pursue education. So I went to University of Victoria there, joined the Vikes hockey program, and spent three good years there. Really, I think had a good season in my last year there, and obviously making the transitioning into coaching now. It's been lots of fun, and I've got great mentors and head coach Alec Dillon and all those assistant coaches there, and it's been fun being a part of the Vikes for sure.
Last season, I was able to talk to Carson Strom, kind of in the position that you're in at the moment, just observing the game. And what are you seeing here tonight in this contest, and what do you foresee down the road as we move closer to the playoff stretch drive?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a fast-paced game, as it always is, between us VIU and UVIC there, and we are expecting to see these guys in the finals. We know it's going to be fast. We know it's going to be heavy, and that's why we love these games. Is it's preparing us for the playoff. It's preparing us for why we're all here.
It's so important to have that experience and that mentality, as a player. And how do you think it affects the younger players, like say some of the rookies like JJ Pickle and Eric Clark? Do they feel like they come into the fold quite quickly? Do they warm up really quick?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's definitely there's no time to adjust, right? You get in there, you got to just get going, and we've got a lot of a good leadership group this year, a lot of older guys who can help guide the way for them, but I think they're doing well out there. I think they're adjusting right away, and yeah, it's hard, heavy hockey, but they love it. It's good.
And I have to say, I'm a big fan of heavy hockey too.
Absolutely.
Because that's Miles Parsons, who was the former president for the club, he said they play heavy hockey, not dirty hockey, but heavy hockey. And you can tell by the way that the games have been reffed so far. They're not shy to blow the whistle, and so they have to be good, clean hits.
Absolutely.
You got to stay with your check. And what do you think tonight, going into the second period? What do you think that the Vikes are going to have to do to trying to erase this 1-goal deficit?
Yeah, absolutely. We've definitely got to stay out of the box, and we just need to keep going. I think our energy's high, our energy's good. We just need to focus on getting the pucks behind them and just hounding on the forecheck. I think we could be a bit better than that, and I think if we do that, we got a good shot this game for sure.
Before I let you go, I'd just like to talk about your defensive core for a moment. Maybe talk about the evolution of number 4, Kyle Crew, and maybe a word or two about a couple of the newer faces on the back. Yeah,
absolutely. No, Kyle grew up in Comox, so I knew him there growing up in Campbell River. But he's really come into his element end of last year and this year. He had an injury at the start of last year that held him out for a bit, but he's one of the top defensemen in our league. Absolutely, I think we all believe that, and he's been great for us. We got lots of new guys, lots of guys who are stepping into big roles tonight. Josh Green's in there. He's getting the taste of the hard, heavy hockey, and I think he's holding his own quite well out there.
That's fantastic. And so maybe just one more quick word. Oh, we're getting ready to drop the puck. I'm going to let you go, Brian.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for doing this, and
Absolutely.
I appreciate it very much.
Of course, thank you.
Good luck with the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Well, look at that. We got you right back into the action here. They've swapped ends. That's all that's happened, and an icing call on this fresh sheet of ice. Still 1-0 here. Just 13 seconds in on this opening play, and it looks like it'll be face-off inside the Vike zone after that icing call. And they're just trying to figure out which side, but it's going to be over to the left of Eric Clark. Ryan Strange in the face-off dot against Jones, and he wins that back to Crew. Smooth skating Kyle Crew tried to find the stick of Strange through the middle of the slot. They went down ice, but just not quite enough. One of those curling shots that just didn't quite make it for icing. Into the middle! Oh, and that one was steered away, and good defense by Ethan Jones. As I told you, he set up that power play goal first by making a big defensive play as he got down and blocked a clearing attempt. Mariners couldn't find the puck for a minute, trying to put it into the slot, and it went past Jones. And back the other way go the Vikes. Oh, good turnover. Here's a bounce puck off the boards, and of course Clark's going to come out to play it. It looked a little dangerous. And there he is, Josh Green. You heard Brian Magic speak about him there in the interview. And he's getting his first taste of this heavy hockey as there's a hit right near the bench. Puck is sent in, and the captain, Dan Gattenby, back to collect. And Josh Green will trade sides here, and he takes the puck. Gattenby watches as he heads down ice off of the right wing. Flips it high and over Robar's head. Into the corner they go. Vikes trying to work it out of the corner. Lucas Thompson had it for a moment, but the puck is shifted down ice for the Mariners. Here's a shot on goal, and Clark moving left to right stops that one right near the blocker. And a couple of words after the whistle, but I don't think anything's going to come of it. Matthew Coutelier looks like he's having a small conversation with Josh Green. And Cade Laskowski, former Kimberley Dynamiter from the KIJHL. And he's played in 4 games this season. He's got a couple of goals and a helper. And he's a big kid too, 6'2", 191 pounds. And he's playing on that line with Carson Strom, who we mentioned in the intermission. And in between Lucas Thompson. Face-off, win by the Mariners. Cage Newens trying to dig it out, and he does from below the goal line. Sharp angle shot, and that one just whistled wide on the glove side. In behind the goal now, Burgesson shoves Owen Evers into the boards. Flipped out towards the blue line, and this will get the Vikes away. Oh, and a hard hit. A hip check style there by Rocky Bird, riding his man into the boards right in front of his teammates. Down ice come the Mariners. Cage Newens looking towards the middle. He has one there, but a couple of his mates want to get off. One of them's Hunt, and there's a penalty coming up on that rub out on Cage Newens. And I think it might be Owen Evers or JJ Pickle. I couldn't see who retrieved their stick, but as they touch the puck, that call is coming through. Brad Ford signaling who it is, and it's going to be a tripping call against Owen Evers. So when he came behind the goal, you could see as he got close to the dasher, I think his stick got caught up along the glass partition. Something happened. And there was that hit by Rocky Bird. And a face-off win by Strange. 5 players trying to dig it out of the corner. Mariners to the point for Lotard, cross ice for Jones, uses his body as a shield, and he'll trade spots with Lotard, who's stick handling now. Left shooting defender into the high slot. Jones diving forward, the Hunter holds, shoots, and a big save off the pad and then off of the stick. Eric Clark getting big, and that one nearly found a way through. Lotard over to Earhart, decides not to move in, does a button hook, and now he'll receive the return pass from Jones. Backhand shovel across, looking for Lotard on the one hit. And that's going to be cleared down ice by Smith. And now 45 gone on this power play. Mariners from in behind their own goal get this power play back down ice where they can do some damage. Jones, he has one already on the power play. Newens had to go through his skate, and he's quickly met by Gattenby, who does a great job, and he gets the puck himself. He's going to skate it down ice. As I mentioned, he's one of the best penalty killers in the league, and you can see why. He's big, he's got a long reach, and he can block shots probably as well as anybody in this league. Puck down ice, looking for the stretch pass. Hunter puts on the brakes, has Newens in the goal crease, but I think Kyle Crew accidentally knocked it off when he was backing up to keep pace with Cage Newens. So Clark will watch the linesman Aiden Hitchmal get that net back onto the moorings. And a good look there at number 19 for the Mariners. That's Ryan Hunter from Squamish, BC. formerly played with the North Van Wolfpack, to the point, and that's off of the skate of Tyson Lotard, another Pacific Junior Hockey League product. Turn collegiate. Off of the half wall, Lotard nearly lost his balance, but he got the puck to Jones. Jones, look at that stick handling in a phone booth on the near side. Finds Carson Earhart, but Earhart had it dribble off his stick. He has to reset. Now just 9 seconds on the power play. Jones, stick handling through the crease, looking back door for Lotard, and it was too far in front. Penalty coming to a close. Shot on goal, scores from the point! Gage Newen's in front with the screen, but I think it's going to go to Earhart. I don't know that Newen's got a touch. And Carson Earhart with his 9th of the season, and he is having himself a whale of a campaign in 2024. Look at that, all the way a seeing eye shot through traffic, but it was Newen's in front. Actually, I think Newen's might have tipped that, actually. Yes, he did. That, thank you, Rogers, for that beautiful replay. And I think that is going to go to Cage Newen's, my mistake. Newen's, as I told you, he's about as tenacious as they come, and you got a feel for Eric Clark with Newen's creating a giant screen in front of him. He just wouldn't leave. Like maybe one of those relatives overstaying their welcome on the couch through the holiday seasons. There's a shot from the zone, and Ouellette ripping that one wide on the stick side. Now a little bit of a brouhaha near the glass in the Mariners zone as Robar went to go clear that puck down ice. Somebody bumped one of the Mariners right near Robar. He didn't look like he got hit necessarily on the play, but there was an extra bit of contact. Let's go back to that goal here just on the tail end of the power play. And the Mariners off of the half wall, but it was all about that screen in front from Cage Newen's, and yes, as he jumped up, I'm pretty sure he got a piece of it with the toe of his blade, and that gives the Mariners that 2-0 cushion that they were hoping to find. And I think it's going to be Aleko Stradakis and Matthew Ouellette, or pardon me, Lucas Ouellette, that are going to get a couple of penalties here. But as you can see, Ouellette, a very much a Lady Bing type of player. He's only got 2 penalties on the season so far through 8 games. Bird blocking that shot by the Vikes. The captain around, shoots from the sharp angle, and he's forcing Robar to cover tight to the post and make that save. And that'll be the 13th shot on goal now for the Vikes. Gattenby talking things over with JJ Pickle, the impressive rookie. I mentioned the former North Van Wolfpack, and he's got a tidy 3 goals and 5 assists through 7 games, a point-a-game player. Mariners trying to work it out, but a good back check. Here's a turnover in front, and a backhand goes wide on the hook, right in front of the goal. Vikes trying to use the momentum, though, in behind the goal. Robar looking fiercely over his left and right shoulders, trying to find that puck. Goes to the half wall. Anstate tried to spin off a check. Nolan had it, and he'll take it off of the half boards. Fakes the shot first. Now he's going to have to drive it down below the goal line. Looking out front. Puts on the brakes, and he throws it through the crease. Gattenby wasn't quite set on the far side. Back around it comes. Those were coincidental minors, by the way. And Ways tried to come through, and I think he got, I don't know if he got blindsided, but his stick went flying. And here's those emotions we were talking about as Gattenby pulling the helmet off of one of the Mariners in the corner. I can't see, Sweeney's in the road. Well, there we go, that's Austin Daniels that he pulls the helmet off, and as I said before, it was on this breakout and that cross ice pass, and he slowed up, trying to level him with that hit. That was Dan Gattenby, and I told you before, he's such a big player. That is not the guy you want to see with his shoulder down coming your way in close quarters. So this should bring about the third Mariners power play, but we might have something extra here assessed to the Mariners. I'm not sure because I'm seeing 2 aside now in the box. So Justin Salmon's talking over with Will Norman and the Vikes alternate captain, the end result of that play. I haven't seen the numbers put up on the board yet. Don Miller busy with his pen and paper over there in the timekeep area. Such a stalwart here on the hockey scene in Nanaimo. Austin Daniels repositioning inside the net, and Jeremy Robard just trying to stay loose and stay calm. He's been tested 14 times so far, and he hasn't let one through yet. And now they're finally grabbing somebody from the bench to serve the extra penalty, and it looks like Carson Strom will be the one to serve the additional minor. So it is the third power play for the Mariners, and they've connected once already. Shot on goal. Look at Earhart wind up. That's a dangerous proposition. Oh, Kyle Crew, he's feeling it somewhere off of his right arm as he hunched over it. He's not really holding on to his stick. He felt that off of the half wall. Newens from below the goal line. Jones creating some havoc in front. Now he goes down below the goal line, shot towards the goal, and it looked dangerous because it looked initially like he was going to send it down below the goal line to Eric Clark's left, but instead he just let a little snapshot go through traffic, and Eric Clark into the butterfly, making that one. So Strange will take this face off against Cage Newens. Ruck and Earhart on the near side, and Ruck will get there. Pounds it off the boards, but not out. Kept alive by Jones. Newens, a good stick lift, and he got a stick up high, and there's going to be another call, as I think Morrison accidentally got him with his stick as he went to go jump around, and indeed it is a high sticking call. So things go from tough to tougher for the UVIC Vikes. They'll have another man in the box, and it'll be a 2-man power play for the next minute and 17 seconds. And then the remaining 43 seconds will be a 5-on-4 setting for the Mariners. But it's 5-on-3 now, and a big point in the game. It's 2-0 Mariners, and they've got a power play goal already. Lotard playing pass with Earhart as they close the box in. Hunter, Shaw scores! He put it to Newens in his second of the night, and second in a row. Cage Newens lighting the lamp again, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Mariners. 2 power play goals, and they're going to have another power play to work with here. Only 12 seconds off the clock on that PP, and they were still able to score with the 2-man advantage. So Cage Newens, Lotard with that nice little dish right on the stick, and that quick bang play just to the middle of the face-off dot, and Cage Newens rips it. 3-0 Mariners. Chris Jones hungry for more, and he heads in with Newens. They're going to keep him out there, and why not? They're playing very effectively right now to Jones. Down below the goal line for Newens. Backing up and skating to the corner as he will trade spots with Earhart, moving in, puts it down low for Jones, up to the circle, shot, and a big blocker save. Eric Clark finding that one through traffic, and he deflects it. That clearance by Owen Evers, couldn't get it out, but Sweeney will help him. And Sweeney sends it down ice. So Tyson Lotard getting a helper on that one, same with Jones. Just under a minute to go in this second part of the power play. Jones did a good job to get there before Sweeney, who tried to get down low to block the bounce pass off of the boards. Going for a skate, Newens, he looks energized, wraps around behind the goal. He has 2 men in front, one is Earhart. One touch pass, Lotard fires it in a block. Ethan Anstey getting in the road of that one, and I'll tell you, the Vikes need a lot of those now. They need all hands on deck and every shot block and potential help that they can. Jones getting off, but they call that at the line. And actually, I think they're going to they might call a penalty here. Yes, they are, as Max Struss will head to the box. We'll take a look at that replay on the power play. That's a great shot. Look at that. Not much more than about 13, 14 feet out, and it's so hard for Clark to react because the pass came below the goal line, one touch right to the middle of the face-off dot. Maybe a little bit to the right, but right in the wheelhouse, Cage Newens, and we've got a 3-0 score line here, and another 23 to go on this power play, but the Mariners will have to work from out of their defensive zone here. Puck one back to the point. The Vikes taking their time a little bit with the setup here. Moving the puck around, trying to go cross crease, and that one goes off a body and gets outside the line. Jenkins collects for University of Victoria. Morrison, Aiden Morrison, the impressive rookie, down the far side. Tries to force it along the boards, gets some help at the point. Can he keep it alive? Yes, Crew does. Gets it to the half boards, and there's a fierce battle developing now. Everyone's trying to find that puck. Vikes get it first. Now they'll set it up behind the goal. Up top to the point. Now to Crew. From the umbrella, down low. Shot, that's off of the shoulder. Rebound, and it went through the crease. It took a bounce off of someone. That might have been one of the Mariners that got in front of that shot and redirected it into the corner. It was dangerous because Robar was already on his knees. Crew with a one-time, and that one drifts wide on the right side. Mariners in an unfamiliar position here. Lots of pressure in their zone. With this power play now, if Struss in the box. Backhand gets to the line, not out. As Crew kept it alive. Down to one knee, can they recover? Puck is put up along the boards, but it's going to be all the way outside the zone. And that'll afford the Mariners a change. Out comes Will Norman and Trevor Hunt. And it's dumped in behind the goal. Crew will skate this one out with support from Jenkins and Anstey on the side. Anstey up to Jenkins. Over the line, and he gets the shot off, but it was a delayed, or pardon me, an offside play. But I think it just happened so fast, I don't think he meant to fire that one intentionally, but it was an offside play, so the faceoff will come outside the blue line. And JJ Pickle looks like he's set to go in to the faceoff dot against Will Norman, and Norman giving directions there with his stick where he'd like his mates to be. And in particular, Trevor Hunt, who helps get it down ice. Now just 7 seconds in that penalty, and you see Ethan Jones getting ready to step out of the box. One-handed swipe, puts it behind the goal, sharp angle chance, and a good intercepted front by the Mariners. Hunt getting his stick in there and just got it to the corner, got it out of trouble. Some sustained pressure here, but just not many shots from the Vikes on that play. Here comes Will Norman, one-on-one down the wing, shoots, and that's into the trapper. And Eric Clark coming out just in front of the blue paint. He'll make that stop on the VIU Mariners captain. There's a nice angle here. Will Norman just making sure that the shot made it on goal. Not his hardest shot, maybe not his A shot, but you can see Chris Jones in the backdrop there as he's talking to his players. Here's another angle here. Oh, there's that big body check. Rocky Bird getting his hip into it. And the diving play gets the chance in. Oh, and that was such a close save, especially from up here where I'm standing. It bounced. There's that goal. Earhart, I told you, he's got one of the most lethal shots from the point in the league. And he had Cage Newens in front. That's double trouble. And speaking of doubles, Gage Newens has a pair here for the Mariners for the 3-0 lead. There's that backhand that just drifted wide. Connor Nolan, that might have been one of the best chances. JJ Pickle, the rookie, getting physical there. Lotard once again, look at this quick shot release by Newens. That's a goal scorer's goal. He was set, he was ready, and that blade just flexes. You could see him lift his stick up like saying, hey, I know what to do with that thing. Great pass from the corner, and right in the wheelhouse, Ryan Hunter setting him up. And once again, that's where we are now after that shot on goal and an offensive zone faceoff. And our leading scorer tonight, he's in the faceoff circle, tries to play it to himself. And he ran into Gattenby, who sends the puck over to Crew, just barely off the glass and in play. Lotard chasing it down, but he's got one on him hot as he moves it up the far side boards. And it bounces around out near center and dumped in. Knocked down by the Mariners. One sidestep of a check there, and the Mariners trying to look up top to the point for Lotard. Puck was on edge, and he had to settle it down. Sato from Richmond, BC, sends it below the goal line for Newens. Good reverse of polarities, and the goaltender got knocked down at the side of the goal, and I think that was Gattenby accidentally falling into his goaltender after he got hit, but fortuitously he can get his stick now. It was down at the side of the goal. Back the other way, 3-on-2, and there's a shot from the wing, and that's stopped and held by Jeremy Robar. And you know, as a goaltender, it's so difficult when you haven't had a lot of action or a lot of shots for a while, and that has been kind of the sporadic shots and play that Robar has had to deal with. Here's that contact at the side of the goal. We'll get a little better angle. Oh, and it was a check from in front. Gattenby hitting David Sato there, and he fell right into the goaltender. He lost the stick, but the referee's allowing the play to go on, so it's a good thing that his mates were able to clear the puck and get it out, as he didn't have his goal stick in. Any goaltender will tell you that's an important tool in this trade. Not just for playing the puck, but especially for stopping the puck and covering up that 5-hole partially when you're getting set to go into the butterfly. It's so important, that stick positioning. And Eric Clark's been good at that tonight. Now he just needs some offensive help from the Vikes. Soft dump off the end boards. Norman was there first ahead of Thompson, gets it to Struss on the point. Shot towards the goal, blocked by the other number 24, and Carson Strom trying to work it outside the zone, but a good check there by Pausé, forcing the issue, and now Jackson Goods has it. It was underneath his skate for a moment, but he couldn't pull it up to his stick blade, but he does get it down below the goal line for Ouellette. Lucas Ouellette. Calgary, Alberta, into the slot. Matthew Coutelier does a button hook, trying to evade his check, and he does. Gets away from Strom, but that shot was blocked by Leko Stradakis. Oh, and Evers got leveled in front of the goal, and I think it was Will Norman that gave him some help falling. Out of the corner here comes Coutelier, drop pass, but it's swept into the corner. Vikes just trying to stay alive here and get a whistle. Puck was up in the air, and it was off of a glove, but Owen Evers starts away. Now here's a steal in the slot on the backhand, trying to put it to the middle. Oh, and a hard hit along the boards as Waze got dumped head first into the boards. And he was hot when he got up, but he had the discipline, and he didn't go back at the player. And Eric Clark trying to talk to the referee, trying to convince Justin Salmons that maybe the player Waze went in a little bit easy, but for the moment, it looks like the other Owen is going to be in the penalty box. Just in behind the goal. It looks a little bit less than it was just from my angle up here, but I could definitely see his head going right up against the boards, and behind the goaltender, and it's enough to bring about the 4th power play. Actually, pardon me, that'll be 5th for the Mariners now after that 2-man advantage on the far side. Ethan Jones tries the shot. That's off the right pad. Clark getting into position and stopping that one. He's got to try and be airtight to give the Vikes a chance going closer to the 3rd. Jones off of the half wall, up top, shot on goal, and that was blocked. Great block by Sweeney. Hunter from the face-off circle, up to Earhart, goes for a skate, puts it down low for Newens. Finds Jones, walks out of the corner looking for the cross-ice pass for Hunter, and that went off of the stick of Ruck, and he couldn't control it. Good stick there by Ruck as he's fighting tooth and nail, tries to swat the puck out, but it goes to Jones. Earhart back over to Jones, he had to take it in the skates. Now he resets up above the face-off circle. Earhart through traffic shoots, and this time Newens can't get his stick on it as he's being watched by Edward Ruck right in front of the goal, and I'm sure they're paying a little more attention now to number 88. As I mentioned before, Earhart's just been on a tear this season, and he's right up in the top. I think he's in the top 4, could be top 3 in scoring this season. And he's a big part of the Mariners' offensive structure, but he's also pound for pound one of the best defenders. False face-off start here, so they'll do it over again. Face-off to the left of big Eric Clark. And the Vikes, Fournier wins that one. They get it off the boards, and they'll just send it down ice with 56 seconds to go in the power play for that interference behind the goal. And certainly Ways felt that. You could tell by the way he fell that he was in trouble. Here's a chance in the slot, trying to find the puck. Wickham, he had it deflected away by Gattenby. Off the top of the face-off circle, and a ripper from the point, and that one didn't miss by much. Jackson Goods, the Brandon, Manitoba native, has it on his stick now. Left shooting forward into the slot. He puts on the brakes, but Gattenby found the puck first, and he'll ship it down. And now just 15 seconds to go on this power play as Robart tees it up behind the goal for Max Struss. On the near side, puck was partially intercepted, but Matthew Catellier kept on it, and now he's on his backhand driving the goal, puts on the brakes, left one, trying to shoot the puck from the far side. Lotard was just looking for a quick play for Roulette into the slot. There's a block by Ruck, and now they don't quite get it over the line, but they will this time, and away they go over the blue line. There's the chip around and chase. 2 Vikes down low, but they will have to escape the zone to control this puck. Over to JJ Pickle. Cross ice, dump in. Lotard left it behind. Here's a chance from behind the goal, but the Vikes weren't quite ready to capitalize. I don't think anyone expected that, as Lotard's usually so smooth and cool with the puck. Just had it bounce off his stick. Here's a potential 2-on-1 with Norman in the middle, and good defensive play by Aiden Morrison as he rides out Jackson Goods. Goods wanted to get it there, but he couldn't. And now Morrison picks the puck up on edge. Has to be careful as he gets knocked down to the ice by Goods. And now Goods finds the puck into the slot. Austin Daniels had it go off his skate, but they have control. Right into the slot, trying to find the puck. Jackson Goods, but Ethan Anstey got in there and moved the puck away. Ruck tried to shovel it behind the goal, just got a small piece of it, and the same for his defensive mate Morrison. And now Ways intercepts that clearance attempt. Bird down low. 4-man scrum for the puck in behind the goal. Ways tries to go from the outside to inside. Along the goal crease, and it was right along the post it came out, but again cleared by Ruck. Morrison throwing hits from the side of the goal. Shot on net. Oh, it took a tip and it barely missed the far side post. Oh, that was close. It took a tip and a redirect. And Eric Clark, he didn't know where that one got tipped, but he knew it went by him. Not quite finding the goal. There's a partial clearance, but it'll give the Vikes a chance for a full change. Trevor Hunt trying to just skate that one to center and give his mates a chance to maybe dump it in and get a change themselves. Puck is sent to the far side point, not out. Trevor Hunt trying to dig it out, but it's found by the Vikes. Crew lets one go from all the way at the blue line. He was looking for a tip. And now the Mariners get it to the line, but again, not out. In through the middle, the puck was, look at that defensive play by Ethan Jones as he gets his body in the middle, and it helps create a chance the other way. Good play by Gattenby, though, to reverse his backup motion and just play that puck forward into the Mariners zone. Backhanded along the boards, and the Mariners get there first, and they send it out towards center. May have too much mustard on it, and it goes length of the ice. And so Hunter and the rest of the Mariners will have a defensive zone face-off here to take care of. Just 98 seconds to go in this second stanza. Ethan Jones made it 1-0 after one. And as we approach the end of the second period, the Mariners' 2 power play goals have been the difference here. Earhart tried to knock that one over the line, and it went out over the bench, so there'll be a face-off just outside the Mariners' blue line. So Nolan Wickham, he'll be out there for this face-off on the back end with Max Struss from Wiscata, Manitoba. That's not a name you hear very often. The Mariners 2-on-2. Burgesson waiting for help, and he finds it in Newens, and there's a shot, but it went off of a skate in the slot area there, and I think that one may have caromed off of the skate of Alekos Stradakis, the former Kerry Park Islander of the VIJHL, and watched him play in this building many times before, just wearing a little bit different colors for the Islanders and the VI. And Stradakis searching for his first points here in this season. Crew skating it in over the blue line, and they're onside. There's a delayed penalty coming up against the Mariners, so if there was ever an open door, this is certainly the time. And I believe Max Struss is headed off, and I just want to clarify that there was an earlier penalty that was given out, but they actually had Ethan Jones serve it. So Cage Newens, he was going to do the gentlemanly thing and step inside the box, but he's told to head off the ice, and it will be Max Struss. Struss, he tried to play it, and it was just that secondary shot on Crew was probably just underneath a couple of his ribs there on his right side, and now they go to work on the power play as Crew trades passes on the near side. Morrison tried to let that shot go, tries to sweep at the puck from his stomach, but the puck is put off of the half wall, collected by the Vikes, into the slot shot on goal. Robar stopping that one, and he covers up. And now all sorts of commotion in the crease as Tyson Pause having words with Jenkins. And of course, Ways, he took that hard shot in behind the Vikes goal, and he thought about joining the... Looks like the Mariners are getting a penalty here. There's that shot, and as he was going to the goal, he was warded off, but I think as Jenkins came in, he was trying to give Lotard a bit of a shove, who was already checking another Vike player that was on the ice. And so the door opens a little bit more here with just a smidgen under 50 seconds to go in the period. Now a 2-man power play. The Mariners had one, and they cashed in on their 2-man power play. Can the Vikes do the same? They sure would love to get a positive here at the end of this period. Crew fakes the shot, lays it down low, gets the return feed to JJ Pickle, trading spots on the near side. Crew thought about one timing and didn't. He defers. Jenkins using the screen. Shot was wide, and the Vikes get control again. Pickle to the far side. Now back up top to Pickle. One-time shot, pad save. Robar's down, and he covers up diving out to the tip of the blue paint, and he gets his trapper on it. So 59 seconds remaining in the first penalty to Max Struss. And here's a look at that replay as they started to close that box in, and they got the shot away. Jenkins was there trying to find the puck. But a good effort. Oh, look at that hit by Tyson Pause to make sure his goaltender, who was prone, didn't take any extra duress in that exchange. Robar tidies up, gets his helmet set again. He had to jump out, and there has been all sorts of traffic in the kitchen tonight. Puck back to Pickle. Shot on goal in the butterfly. Making the stop is Robar. And time runs out at the end of the period. They knew they only had time for one set play, maybe two, but that'll run the period out. And as the Mariners and Vikes skate off after 40 minutes, the boys in white hold a 3-0 lead, courtesy of Cage Newens and his pair, and Ethan Jones with a power play goal as well. Still nothing up on the board for the Vikes, but they're going to have a minute 11 to open up the third period, and 52 seconds of it will still be 5-on-3. Here's a look at this deadly power play as Lotard
The Rogers TV volunteer program has given me an amazing opportunity to practice broadcasting and filmmaking in a fun, enthusiastic, and encouraging atmosphere. Working under the producers and technicians, I've learned so much for my skill set in the industry. I've learned everything from editing to camera work to using audio boards and to using media switchers. Rogers TV has helped me build a portfolio and gain the skills that I'm looking for. If you aren't already a volunteer, I highly recommend you check out your local Rogers TV.
Because they give us dedication to putting on such good sports for us. I felt, how could I do this? I would love to be able to give my dedication back to them as being a true big fan of theirs. And I thought of this. Let's be a super fan. Someone had to take that spot, and I thought, you know what? I love giving that positive energy. Let me be the one to steer part of the ship while it is sailing. And I thought, let's create this whole thing and see where it goes. That's why I love to do what I do for these fans. Even if they don't quite pay attention, they know for sure I'm doing this out of heart and out of love. Let's go, Clippers!
Here are 3 reasons why your social strategies should include Rogers TV. Reason number 1 is we have hyper-local audiences. The community TV channel gives you a chance to engage with people where you live, so you really get to know your neighbors and they get to know you. Reason number 2 is we can help diversify your distribution. With social media, it's really important to be able to have a wider audience, and Rogers TV can actually help complement your online presence by delivering to a different audience. And it's actually really easy to repurpose your existing content or to just create new material specifically tailored for community TV. And finally, reason number 3 is we can help enhance your credibility and your trust. And by aligning your brand with Rogers TV, you can tap into that trust that viewers have. This can boost your reputation, especially among viewers who favor local businesses and value community involvement. 1, 2, 3. It's that easy to build your local audience with Rogers TV.
VIU Mariners president, Gord Nowicki. And Gord, welcome to the show. Thank you for doing this this evening. And maybe first off, I just wanted to maybe get the viewers a little bit of a background on your hockey story and maybe what's brought you here. What makes a president?
Good question. I'm still trying to figure that out. My hockey background, I actually don't have much of a hockey background at all. I started playing hockey when I was 12 years old. I never really went anywhere. I just love the game. I love sports. That's essentially my hockey background. Went to VIU back, oh boy, this is going back a few years ago, now 96. I started in VIU, and I was Malaspina back in the day, and I took the sport and recreation management program.
Oh, perfect.
So I started getting into that part of things. I love to play, I love recreation, I love to create fun for people. And took that degree and became a police officer. I know it makes no sense, but that's what I did. So I did that for the past 20 years. And had the ability to retire. I had a friend of mine, Steve Paul. He was the head coach of the VIU Mariners. He asked me to come and help coach. Well, I mean, I thought let's try it out. I mean, what is it all about? I really didn't honestly know much about VIU hockey. Came out, fell in love with the team, fell in love with all the circumstances of it, but really felt my strength would be more in the administrative side of things. Getting this to be an event. That's what I really felt was my strength. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So this is the year 2 of me being a president. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with our group of volunteers, the people that we have on board. They've really, really made this a great event. This is a university event. We have most of the university students that are here. And that's what we want to do. Most of us on our board and as volunteers are all VIU graduates. So we want to give back to VIU. We love VIU, and we're very proud of where we came from. And so this is one of our little things that we'd like to do. So all of us volunteers, we do it for VIU.
That's amazing. And it's interesting because I actually met you in your former employment first. Obviously I didn't know that much about you, but one thing I can say, and one of my favorite little Gord Nowicki stories is the bus ride back from Victoria, playing the same Victoria Vikes a couple of springs ago, and playoff hockey and that thrilling, I think it was 7-6 overtime win. And for me, I'm not saying that I'm judgmental by nature, but I always like to look at people that are in hockey and just see like how well are they established? Are they just here for the aesthetics, or do they really have a function?
Yeah.
And I found with yourself that trip really solidified for me, and talking to you up near the front of the bus there about social media and all the things that you wanted to do, and the grandeur vision that you had. I'm like, wait, this guy actually is ready to put pen to paper.
Yeah.
And he's ready to get the elbows greased up. Yeah, that ride home was actually a little bit magical. The boys singing, and it's just like the bus was rocking, and like what an environment to be part of, and it must feel really good to know that you helped, like you said, create and foster that.
Yeah. Again, it's the people that are behind me. They maybe make me look good. They're the ones that are the hard-working ones. They believe in it. I have the vision of, yes, this is what I want. I want university hockey. I want these guys to have memories. That's the key with this thing. They've all played junior. They played junior at high levels. They've got those memories. Now we're on to a different stage of life. So they're going to become professionals in our community. They're going to be people that are giving back in some sort of fashion. And they're very good hockey players too. And so I wanted them to come here, create some memories, create some new friends, and stay in our community. That's what I want. I want our community to develop and grow. And we're only recruiting the top people, not the players, top players, the top people, the characters that I believe that would make a good leader in our community, or a lawyer, doctor, whatever the discipline they want to get into. That's what I want. And I want them to help develop Nanaimo to be something better.
It's interesting that you said that, because I was thinking about that earlier today when I found out that, we would hopefully have you here for the intermission. And I was thinking, what kind of things do I want to ask, or what do I want to lean towards? And for me, that's something that I enjoy doing too, is I like seeing these young men grow into mature, pillar-esque members of the community, and they're smart.
Oh,
They're talented. They're great hockey players, but they have incredible minds. And I've like to say Tyson Lotard, for example, or some of the other players. Getting their, we're talking our future lawyers, everything like that. Gord, I know we're running out of time, but I just wanted to quickly ask you, what's the most important ingredient to establishing a culture like that?
Well, our leadership is obviously the key to establishing that. We want good characters. We want good people that love people. They love the community. They want to be involved in it. They're not selfish. I don't want selfish people. I want people that want to give back. That's what I want. And that's what I believe we have. And we're recruiting all the time. And that's the number one question is, what kind of a character is this person? And we are getting very, very good people on this team that are going to represent the BCIHL and obviously VIU Mariners.
That's incredible, and what a community effort that it turns out to be, because it just makes everybody better. And Nanaimo is the winner. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you.
Gordon Nowicki, president of the VIU Mariners, some heartfelt words. And Gord, good luck in the third period, thank you so much for the great job
you do. Thank you very much.
All right.
One of our volunteers, Max Dowie, approached me. Max is very involved in our film society here in town. He's a master makeup artist. He's a master of making puppets.
See, I have lots of ideas, but I don't have the space and I don't have the manpower to get them onto TV. So what I did was I came down to Rogers and I pretty much asked, hey, I have this idea. Can we do this?
He was very prepared. He came in with a very comprehensive storyboard. He built a whole entire virtual set in a small little box, like a 4x4 box.
I wanted to do a puppet show. I wanted to do interviews. I wanted to do this Tonight show.
The host's name was Fuzzy What's It. It'd be a talking cat.
Oh, welcome to the Fuzzy What's It show.
And of course I'm going, what? What a great idea. Something very, very original.
We shoot in front of a green screen.
From there, he would import all the footage into After Effects, green screen everybody out, and then
we shrink them down and stick them in our little cardboard box. It's a lot of fun.
It's kind of neat to see everybody collaborate together, use our Rogers TV studio to create something very, very unique to our channel.
It was really taboo that I wrestled dudes, and even to this day I'll still run into, oh, it shouldn't have a man versus a woman. But I'm bigger than the man, so what's the issue?
Out of the corner. Oh! High risk is right. Oh my goodness! By his ears. Oh!
Because I'm a woman, you guys don't expect it.
This could just be no!
And I love doing the unexpected.
Oh no! The chairs!
I love people being like, no way. And then it happens. Don't you put me in a box and tell me what I will and will not do, because I'll prove you wrong every time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen of Extreme.
The Nanaimo Way Center. Lorenzo Jensen here with you, and that was Gord Nowicki that just joined us on the program, the VIU Mariners president. And we got some highlights to get to here for you from the second period. The Mariners came in up 1-0. Look at that hit by Rocky Bird getting the hip check out. And another solid one from Jackson Goods as the Mariners are playing that heavy hockey. Poor Owen Ways, he's been the subject of a number of big hits here tonight for the Mariners, but he's always come back. That was a great chance, probably the best for JJ Pickle of the VIU Mariners. Look at Lotard getting manhandled in front there. He had his head like pulled right back. And that was probably the best save, I think, that Eric Clark has made, because he had all sorts of difficulty reacting to that shot, but he still stopped it with his pad and in between the stick. And number 88, he's been lightning in a bottle tonight. Cage Newens with a couple of goals. And his club, though, has a little bit of a task in front of them. There's that Carson Earhart shot. I think actually looking at the replay there, that might have initially drifted off of one of the sticks of the UVIC Vikes. And again, there's that down low pass. Right, look at how quick that release was. Cage Newens, like I said, lightning in a bottle, right from the middle of the face-off dot, and he made no mistake. Under it goes past Eric Clark. Beautiful goal, and noteworthy on that play, Tyson Lotard, and you heard me mention him in that interview with Gordon Nowicki, and he has 3 helpers here tonight, so keep an eye on Tyson Lotard, who's really setting his teammates up for success here. He's got 3 helpers on the night. The Vikes now with this 2-man power play that has 33 seconds left on it. Crew drifts into the slot, and they'll get it down below the goal line. Taking their time setting this up. They don't want to give the puck over at one time. Shot off of the shoulder of Robar as he slid across, and he got his right shoulder on that one, and up into the netting it goes. And Wickham very appreciative of that save by his goalkeeper while they're down 2 men. David Sato with Wickham on his left into the face-off dot. And the backside linesman wants to see a little better arrangement there. Strange wins the draw. Back to the point for Crew, and he defers. Pickle on the near side. And he tried to take that hard pass, and he did very well to lift Sato's stick to get the puck back. First penalty nearly over. Stepping onto the ice is Max Struss. 5-on-4, hustles into the play. Down low below the goal line, and a big play by Wickham to get his stick down. And there's been some great stick laydowns here tonight for the Blocks. Vikes have to retreat in their own zone. Kyle Crew, look at that skating, puts on the brakes. He's in over the line, onside. Oh, and that pass through to Anstey. And Bird did just enough to get his stick in the road. Long down ice clear, and as the second penalty had expired, that is now a penalty, or an icing call against the Mariners, so they'll do another face-off. There's a good look at the UVIC Vikes bench. And of course, one of the trainers there that you saw, I saw him working on the skates. Alex Sewell working on the skates along with Francis Rush at the beginning of the game, just shortly before the puck drop. Chris Jones just making sure with the official that what the numbers will look like here. So they are going to do a face-off out at center, and I think it was because of the close proximity to the player coming out of the box and that puck being rifled down ice. There's another shot of Matthew Coutelier, the pride of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and he's really acclimated well here with this Mariners program. Become a staple on the ice here. Lotard intercepting that clear in. So Kyle Crew given a penalty here, so the Mariners with the man advantage, and they'll get a little different look out here as onto the ice comes Hunter. Oh, they were trying to feed him the puck, but now the Vikes are back away. The puck gets out in front of them though, and a good back check by Tyson Pause breaks that up as Ethan Anstey was looking dangerous there. But Anstey won't give up on the puck. He's trying to keep Catelier from jamming the puck through his skates, and he's getting a little frustrated with that jamming action, but he keeps it along the boards, and a second swipe by Catelier gets it out. Tyson Pause is gassed. He's going to get off. Eric Clark playing behind the goal. The defenseman fell, but no harm, no foul. But maybe on that secondary touch there might be. Looked like he was going to get an assist there from the forward. And Aleko Stradakis unable to get the puck back where it needed to go. But they'll get a change now. 2-on-3 comes the Mariners. Jones sliding to the slot. In behind the goal they go. Dumped down into the corner by Hunter. Now behind the goal, another drop off for Hunter. Using the back of the net a lot, and there's a shot, but from that angle, didn't test Eric Clark too heavily as Bird getting that shot on goal. Rocky Bird, as I mentioned, another Manitoba native from Hartney. Look at him spinning behind the net there, and that's just always a good option, you know, if you're being tracked down and someone's coming from the other side of the net, you better make sure you get the puck on goal, especially if you're a defender and you've got to be down ice to defend shortly. Puck is backhanded in deep. Sweeping it around is Robar. A little bit difficult task though. The puck was on edge. Smith put it behind the net, and stepping in to Sato is Thompson getting a clean check off there behind the goal. Out to center. Burgessson. Left shooting forward. Backhand dish into the middle, and that doesn't connect with Sato. But they get some help at the lines. Trying to move it to the middle of the ice. And there's that good defensive cleanup by the Vikes. Behind the goal it goes, but they're hoping to get it outside the line sooner than later, but they get a partial change. That might help. And now it's over the line onside. But Ethan Jones, he read that play and he breaks it up, and he's got Earhart with him. Same on the far side with Hunter. Hunter elects to shoot. That's off of the arm. And Eric Clark, that gave him some trouble as he lost his balance momentarily, dropping back into the goal. Could have been dangerous, but it's still 3-0. Along the near side, Bartense, and then the backhand in front by Morrison, and that's stopped off of the left arm. Good save by Robar. Robar not cheating over to the middle of the ice where the other shooter was. Earhart, hard stop along the boards, but he's dispossessed, and it comes back the other way, but it's 1-on-3. Jenkins trying to cut to the middle. Sweeney shoots, on the trail, and the biggest stop so far by Jeremy Robar, and he stands tall and he snaps it up in his glove. All sorts of traffic in front of him and a little bit of jousting between Wickham and Tom Sweeney. Get a better look at it here. Look at that, right? That nice cut through the middle, but the drop off to Sweeney, and Robar in the perfect position for that drop pass. It was right onto Sweeney's stick, and he's a right shooting forward, and he did the right thing. He just snapped it immediately, but Robar up to the task. Wickham on the near side, backhands it off the boards, and Ouellette gets it as far as center, no further. The puck's in front of the Vikes bench, and they'll get an outlet here from the captain, Dan Gattenby. There's the knife in from the near side. Robar is first to touch it, tries to flip it out. He gets it past Stradakis. It took a funny bounce off of the dasher, and they do get it outside the line, but back in it's sent. 5 minutes gone, period 3. 3-0 is the lead for the Mariners, and they're looking to add to it here. Ouellette trying to break around the outside, but he's being muscled and stood up, and then carries on behind the net. Oh, and they're all locked up, but no hand up in the air yet. Everything seemed above board. That was Joshua Green, and he's settled in here quite nicely. Ryan Magic talking about Green's play and how he's really acclimated himself well in this Vikes system. And how could you not, with such great examples? Ryan Crew, Dan Gattenby, Aiden Morrison, all of these great players, and that puck is sent down ice. That'll be an icing with 14-13 remaining in this third period. Time not quite the factor it will be. So you see on the screens there, they were driving around the outside, the Mariners, and they able to fend off the body in behind the goal, but a good job by the Vikes to just stand their ground. Puck is chipped off of the glass partition and it's in onside. Another hit by Pause on Aleko Stradakis. Pickle though finds the puck and Stradakis jumped up. Anstey keeps the heat on. Pause puts it off the boards and it is outside the line. Anstey has to touch up. And his mates buy him some time, but that pass is errant then on the far side, put towards the goal, and that one goes around behind the net. The Vikes finding the puck, chipped up along the boards. Pass out to center is intercepted by Pause, and he's been seeing a lot of ice time here. Him and Lotard will get off though. They get the change in while play is still in motion. Backhand chip, Nolan's gonna have to chase it down, and then that was put in from their side of center, so that's gonna be probably an upsetting icing call. Now this is where it gets physical. Ouellette trying to get some real estate on Joshua Green, but Green just won't let go. Lost his stick in the process, but he stayed right with Ouellette. And that crunch was pretty impressive from up here. Stradakis has to swipe the snow off of his shoulders. That's how far on the ice he was after he took that hit on the near side boards. Puck at the blue line. Struss jamming away at it and keeps the puck in, sends it wide of the goal. Picked up by Edward Ruck, the former Grant McEwen University player. And he's got 2 goals and 2 assists through 8 games here. Half a point a game so far, and that's pretty good in this season. Puck is chopped up the boards, but not out. Ruck trying to get it out. Play along the half boards. Good shot of Cage Newens, who has 2 goals here in this game, and he's been a big factor. Same with Tyson Lotard, who has 3 helpers, and he set up each one of those goals, which is pretty amazing in its own right. Here's a play 1-on-2 back the other way. Birdie did a good job to get his skates together. Anstey tried to go inside, outside, and couldn't. Anstey, though, still hot on the puck, getting some help along the boards. Good squeeze out by Pause into the high slot, shot on goal, and Rocky Bird got a tip there as the puck goes high up over the goal, and Robard taking a swipe at it. Puck comes outside the line on that errant pass from Jenkins. They try and flip it in. Earhart knocked it down, but they've got to touch up, and now Earhart swings back in his own zone. Sharp cut, and indeed he gets away from his man, but some tenacious forechecking at the blue line, and that's a great job by Ryan Strange, just creating all sorts of pressure and not allowing the Mariners to break out, and that's one of their strengths. Cross-ice pass for Jones, out of his reach, but no, he didn't. It looked like from here he might have got a piece of it, hard to say, but again, Gattenby adjudged to be first one back, and that'll be an icing call against the Mariners. I think Chris Jones there, if that look said anything from the bench, that he believed that it was put in onside as well. Jones into the face-off dot, wins it back for Pause. Earhart to the far side boards. Puck is sent right back in. Thompson, first one to it. Chipped it off of the boards and it went off the glass. Bounces to the point, shot towards the goal. Looking for Thompson at the near side. He's got Pause all over his back, but he spins off. He wants to feed the point, but Carson Earhart waiting right there. A snake in the grass or weeds, however you want to say it. Waiting for that pass so they don't send it. Chip back forward, Gattenby's in deep. Has to make a decision, so he's going to try and play the puck. Aiden Morrison hits his, or Thompson hits his man, and that might be a turnover. Oh, a good play off the glass, but Pause sends it down ice on edge, and they wave it off. It was wobbling and waving enough, but they felt it wasn't icing, and now the Vikes back the other way, nearing the midway point of the period. Still 3-0. 2 players without their sticks, but Anstey's gonna have to go and get his as he tried to kick it forward, and the Mariners are back the other way. Ouellette trying to feed it through, goes to the net, puck bounces around, and it went off the side of the goal. Eric Clark looking over his shoulder, didn't know where that puck went, but the Mariners have it now along the half wall. Puck is flipped out towards center where Wickham knocks it down with a glove, and that's going to be a hand pass to stop the play with 10:01. So we're 1 second shy of being able to have the media timeout, I believe, is how they'll rule it. They don't often make too many exceptions with that media timeout rule. But Jackson Goods into the face-off dot. That face-off won by the Vikes, flipped in. And stay on the forecheck. That puck went off of the glass partition and way up into the rafters, but stayed in play. Here's a chance. Oh, and a right pad save by Robar as he came across. Now in the slot shot, and there was blocked in front by Wickham as he got his stick down. Morrison driving the net. And a good block there, and I think that could have potentially saved a goal, that stick at the last second, just in time. And now we'll get that media timeout we were talking about. Nolan Wickham, what a close play that was, and I think Wickham stopped a very good chance as he got his stick in the way, and see them working it around on the point here, and that one-time shot, Robar equal to that one as well. And the spinorama chance from behind the goal, and that one stopped by Eric Clark, who's had to be letter perfect here in the in this third period to give his team a chance. Jeremy Robar, top of the blue paint, making that glove stop. And on the trail, Sweeney getting probably the best chance they've had this period. Jenkins letting it rip from distance, and Robar getting it off the shoulder. So they're not afraid to shoot, and the Vikes know that they've got to keep doing that if they want to try and get one past Jeremy Robar. They've sent 22 his way, and he's stopped all 22 of them. Here's a good hit coming up. Serdakis getting nailed to the boards there. Lots of physical play. Another good hit by Tyson Pause, and he's really playing a good physical brand. Oh, look at that, another one. Great hits, great action here, and as you heard in both the first and second intermission, these players, they play heavy hockey, but it's smart, fast, and talented hockey. Face-off goes back to Pickle. Puck put towards the goal. Nolan took a bump from Lotard, and just long enough to lose the puck. Lotard right on it quickly, puts it off of the boards and out. But the Vikes taking over, they chip it into the zone. Nolan gets there, and he tried to play it past Lotard, who got a piece of it, and now the Mariners' Austin Daniels skates it to center. Trying to avoid and stay. Puck is flipped out. Out comes Hunt, making sure that was a smart play, looking over his shoulder, making sure his mate got to the bench. And we do have a stoppage, but it's not for a penalty for too many men like they got in the second period. There's a good shot of Edward Ruck, and he's made some awesome defensive plays tonight. And in the second period, I think he was mostly responsible for one of the saves that Eric Clark was able to make. And keep this within 3 goals. Hunt flips it off of the boards. As I mentioned at the outset of the broadcast, that one goes the length of the ice for icing. Austin Daniels, a little bump down ice, but nothing forthcoming, I don't believe. But they will have an defensive zone face-off to take care of. Joshua Green, the rookie from Sioux Lookout, played with the Bombers in the SIJHL, and he's only got a couple of games so far this season. That's what Brian Magic, the assistant coach, was mentioning in the first intermission. But Joshua Green acquitting himself very well here tonight, and I'd be surprised if he's not a regular fixture from now on this back end. Puck is sent off the boards by Daniels. Catelier trying to get down ice. He got squeezed out by the other number 11. Mariners send Cage Newens over the board. Vikes, if they can get the stick on the puck here. Jenkins puts it down below the goal line. They could have an opportunity. They have an odd man situation for a moment. Catelier looks tired, but he does get the puck out up along the boards, and that's a good play. And now Green takes over, falls, but makes the play, and he's drawn a penalty. And I told you, he's a hard-working kid, and he just drew a penalty there. Now a chance in over the line, shot on goal by Green, a rebound, oh, the big save on the rebound. Green got his own rebound, he puts it off of the right pad. Gattenby to the boards, and now there's all sorts of yelling going on from the Mariners bench as they didn't like that hit along the boards, and now Green got some attention from one of the Mariners heading over there. Newens down on one knee as they both went into the boards. Chris Jones looking on, and Joshua Green looked like he was going to send it over, and then that secondary chance, that was the big one. He got his own rebound and he put it low, but a sliding save by Robar, left to right, gets the right pad down, and he makes the stop. Looks like we got some coincidental minors happening here. Cage Newens in the box for that little little interaction at the end of the play there, but he's not in the penalty box alone, so 5-on-5 hockey. Earhart reaching for that puck, and he plays it to Struss. Struss tried to flip it out, but it hit Sweeney on the way up. Sweeney tries to chop at it, but Struss getting in the way and knocking it back out over the blue line. Vikes send it in high and over Robar's outstretched trapper. There's a hit by Sweeney that turns the puck over, puts it up top. Now the Vikes have some possession. Oh, Thompson, that pass was just a little bit behind him and he couldn't quite take it with him. Hunter puts it up the boards and he gets it past Edward Ruck, who was challenging, and it's down ice, but just, again, one of those curling shots, not quite enough for icing. Owen Evers, former Victoria Cougar, tries to move it down ice, but Tyson Lotard once again in the way. And he's not only been smart and sound defensively, but he's set up every one of the Mariners' goals here so far. Earhart doing a little skating performance here to the far side. There's a good solid shoulder by the defender, and that breaks up that play. And the Vikes will get it out over center. There's a chip pass, one-on-one back the other way. Cuts to the middle, has Pickle going to the net. Nolan on the backhand, and it's a weak one, and it's intercepted by Ethan Jones, but he was hoping Lotard was going to activate, but Lotard wanted to get off. He's tired. Puck sent to the far side. Nice cut into the middle. Collected by Pickle, sends it below the goal line. All sorts of banging, crashing going on behind the net. Aiden Morrison, he has Pause behind him. Drops off for Stradakis, goes off of Pause's skate, and it takes the Mariners bounce out to the streaking Burgess, and shoots, and he snapped that one wide on the glove side. No icing here as the Mariners retreat into their own zone. 5:52 remaining, third period. We're still at the same score we entered the period with. Oh, look at that collection. A little hit along the far side boards. The Mariners bench coming alive again. And that one is offside as Joshua Green enters over the blue line, and that'll stop play for a face-off outside the Mariners' blue line. Joshua Green, boy, he's really put himself on the map here tonight. At least, you know, he's just so many good defensive plays, but he's also, for a rookie, he plays more physical than a lot of rookies when they first come in. They just, you know, they want to make the right plays, they want to make the right passes, and they don't always focus on the physicality, but that's the thing that makes him so valuable, is he can get in there and rough it up and mix it up with the best of them. Puck is chipped in. Strange trying to get there first, but couldn't into the slot. Puck was knocked down. Anstey had a chance, but he just couldn't cut in front of Struss, who had his stick down in his path. Puck bouncing around on the far side. Here's a chance off of the stick save. Rebound, and it's put towards the crease, and a trapper save. Eric Clark sliding from left to right, and he grabs that one and juggles it, making that stop, and that's shot number 24 by the Mariners. Just one less for the visiting the University of Victoria Vikes. Mariners with a partial change here on the play. And the Vikes still look pretty focused. They still believe they can cut into this lead, but they're going to have to get going here soon. Struss, oh, we put that off of the leg of Lucas Thompson, and he can barely get to the bench. Oh, that one hurt. Max Struss, as I said, he's one of the hardest shots in the league. Down the far side, stick handling towards the goal, and they just can't quite drag it to the middle for the shot. Hunter had that one go over the net, now back on the counterattack, 3-on-2. Sweeney, soft drop to the middle. Oh, and that pass was just a little lacking towards the middle, but they keep it in up at the umbrella. Shot towards the goal, and that was through traffic near side of the goal, and covered up by Jeremy Robar with some help from Tyson Lotard, who has been spectacular here tonight. 3 apples. He's been in on every goal, and he set up Ethan Jones for the first power play goal, and subsequently the 2 goals by Cage Newens. He's had a very strong night here, very much in consideration as one of the players of the game. 4.5 to go, third period, win by the Vikes, and there's a shot. Robar saw it through traffic in the butterfly. And he's a goaltender that really likes to use his trapper. There's a face-off win by Pickle and that quick shot. And Robar, he's probably one of the best in the league at using that trapper. He probably likes to use it more than almost any other piece of equipment, I'd have to say. Put behind the goal, Lotard a little too far from him, but he jams it up along the far side boards for Newens. Tries the flip, didn't get all of it. Now he bats at it near center, but Lotard follows him up and takes it in over the line. Here's a chance at the line, kept in, shot on goal, and it was a ripper that just coasted up high and over the goal. Down below the goal line goes Hunter Burgessson from Airdrie, Alberta. Spin chance for Newens. Still stick handling, backhand through the slot. And one of the Mariners just got crushed in front. Heavy hit in front of the goal. All sorts of discombobulation in front of Eric Hart. Mariners just content to keep possession of this puck, move it around. They've got 3:26 to fade here to get home to victory and to get a tie for first overall in the BCIHL. And they will have 2 games in hand after tonight. And you heard Brian Magic in the first intermission talking about how they know that if they want to make it to and through the BCIHL finals, that the road probably travels through these Mariners. Good effort at the blue line by the Vikes, gets it out. Now Anstey, the lone forechecker. Trevor Hunt up the near side boards. Ouellette only able to get a small touch on it. And the Vikes captain takes over. Gattenby, that puck got partially touched by Will Norman and it goes wide. In behind the net goes Hunt. Over to Jackson Goods and he'll just sweep it around. Bird couldn't catch up to it. And now Anstey's providing the forecheck. Good intercept by Strange. They let it go behind the net for Kyle Crew. He braced for that, as Ouellette was always going to come and check him and take the body, but he's still digging. And Crew's a big customer. He's still digging for it. Puck is considered loose, and now finally, you heard it up here, it stays inside, and that was the emphatic voice of Brad Ford, letting everybody know it'll be a face-off inside the Mariners zone and not tied up necessarily by the Vikes. So Leskowski out there, and he's trying to find his spot. He'll line up beside Wickham. Catelier into the draw against Sweeney. Sweeney tries to pull it back, and the puck was there for a moment, but Ways just forced it down ice. 2.25 to go. 4-man scrum in the end boards area. Austin Daniels trying to fish it out of some skates, and Crew involved in another jam up along the boards, trying to loosen that puck. As I mentioned, the Mariners just happy to kill time here. Under 2 minutes remaining, and it's put down below the goal line. Mariners looking set to make it a flush 1-1 standing, tied up at the top of the charts. There's the hit at 13 points apiece. There's Struss behind the goal, backhand to Austin Daniels, nice play off of the boards, but Catelier just beaten to the puck there and couldn't make the play. Tom Sweeney, the old credit captain, doing a good job, and there's Green. His defensive partner, Owen Evers, didn't like the setup, so he sent it back the other way, but the Mariners doing all sorts of body checking in behind the boards, and they have possession in their own zone. Lotard, smooth skating defender. And he always makes that little head fake before a pass, and it's so hard to figure out what he's gonna do. Newens dropped it off, and look at that ripper, went all the way around the other side. And that hard shot rifling up over the net. Final minute of play. Hunter Burgesson with that ripper, but it didn't make it on goal, but the Mariners not so concerned about that. We've got a stoppage in play, and I think it'll be a face-off in between the lines here. Yeah, it'll be just outside the Mariners' blue line, so with 45 seconds left in the game, looks like the Mariners are gonna wrap this up. 2 goals by Cage Newens. That was David Sato you saw there on your screens, and he steps into the face-off dot. Back-to-back nights, a 7-3 win last night at the Ian Stewart Complex in Victoria. And now here tonight, their power play's been deadly. That pass barely made it across the ice, but again, the Mariners with possession, shot off of the mask. Lotard tries to fake the shot. Puck will come back to him. 20 seconds to go in the period. Tries a shot. Here's maybe a chance for a breakaway. Oh, and a sprawling play by Burgesson. Shot on goal, save, rebounds in the slot, and it's poked away by Lotard. Out of danger, Carson Strom couldn't pick that one up. Now just 6 seconds to go, and that pass knifed in by Smith, but from this side, inside the blue line, so that'll be a stoppage in play. And with just 3.5 seconds to go in the game, the Mariners create a log jam at the top, and they'll steer home the win here tonight. 2 back-to-back nights. And I see some of the fans already shaking hands and congratulating each other. They're happy with this performance here at home. And the VIU Mariners wrap it up, and Struss grabs that puck. He heads over to congratulate Jeremy Robar. He was perfect through 26 shots. That's how many the Mariners had. That's how many the Vikes had. And Ouellette congratulating his goaltender as well. The Mariners full value, 2 power play goals, and 1 just on the backside of a penalty expiring. So the Mariners power play again lethal. And they'll salute their fans here tonight at the Nanaimo Ice Center. That's an excited Jeremy Robar. And he'll get a hug there from Owen Ways, Winnipeg style. And the Mariners taking it home tonight, all smiles. Jeremy Robar, and same with Trevor Hunt giving a wave. All right, let's see how this one came about. That was an early power play chance off of Robar's right shoulder, and then a sharp angle chance and shot. Rocky Bird, he's a defenseman, doesn't mean he can't go in and crack a shot off, and he did. Jeremy Robar with that save on Sweeney, who went into the zone. That was probably one of the toughest saves for Robar, but that secondary chance off of his pad, Robar was just seeing everything tonight. He made himself big, he was looking over the defenders, and he was seeing a lot. Again, Joshua Green was that was the great secondary effort. Robar on that rebound, and if you notice on the replay, Rocky Bird got his stick on the initial shot, so it made it a very high degree of difficulty to make that secondary save because the puck had changed direction, and Robar was rock solid all night, and he skates it home for the, dare I say it, shutout. Yes, the game's over, I can say it now. There's Joshua Green, once again, that youngster firing on all cylinders. He's been exciting, and that opened the game up. Ethan Jones on the power play, a beautiful pass from Tyson Lotard, and he buries it up over the right shoulder of Eric Clark, who covers an awful lot of ground when he's even in the butterfly position. Carson Earhart, a seeing eye shot from the point, and this is a beautiful one-timer goal. That's Bobby Hall style. If Newens would have gone down to one knee, if only. But he had a couple of goals here tonight. And here it is again, the defender. That was Crew trying to get his stick active and trying to negate that pass, but it was a beautiful pass from below the goal line. And those are some happy faces. Cage Newens with the 2-goal performance, and Max Struss, he'll grab that puck as the University of Victoria Vikes fall 3-0 here inside the Nanaimo Ice Center, and they take it home and they tie it all up the top of the standings in the BCIHL. So the Logan Lake Miners in 3rd place, but the top 2 teams that you saw them here tonight, UVIC Vikes now tied, but the Mariners with 2 games in hand. We've got the upcoming game here. I'll just get you filled in on that next week here. The SFU Red Leafs will be in town, so be sure to grab us here on the BCIHL YouTube channel if you're able to. And that'll be at 7:15 next week. They take on the SFU Red Leafs, who are 3-3 to start the season. And the Mariners improved to 6-0, 0-1, still undefeated this season. And they had a whale of a game. 3-0's the final here tonight. And it was wacky, it was wild, but it was cool ice style. I'm Lorenzo Jensen. I hope you have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast, and we'll see you more Mariners hockey. Thanks again.